Yo, what's up, we're back, and today, stub making methods for people with low stub count. You might be asking, what if you have a high stub count already? Congrats, I do too. I have like 1.8 million stubs in investments. Now with that said, there's some stuff I'm going to be talking about in this video that I haven't posted on this channel before, and it'll work for anyone regardless of your stub count, so make sure you watch the whole way through and show some support. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, Discord and membership link down below. The members, we ain't got low stub counts, alright baby? Because guess what? The first thing you want to do, this is a question I most frequently get asked. You know, people always say, who do I invest in? The first thing I say back, how many stubs do you have? And they say, if they say less than 50K, if your stub count's less than 50K, you're in the right place, man. I really suggest becoming a member. We'll get that fixed quick. But you need to do two things very quick. You need to finish Team Affinity to 100%. It couldn't be easier. I posted a video on this already, the fastest way to finish Team Affinity. But basically, you gotta just, sorry, I'm in the wrong division. Any division besides that, right? Choose any division besides that to target. You should do exchanges. I think it's worth gemming your way up to 60K. And then just spam the innings pitched in events. 15K per 3 innings pitched. Some of the divisions is only 2. Trust me, you'll get it done ASAP. And we have a whole new Team Affinity on the way. So this method should work with that as well. Hopefully all the event cards are still going to be eligible to get those missions done with. If not, I'm sure there'll be other ways to do it in ranked season and everything like that. But that's the first thing you want to do is finish Team Affinity. You get a ton of packs along the way. The second thing is Conquest. Now don't ever do Conquest. You know, in rare cases, maybe you do it for Team Affinity. You can see I finished everything. I beat the game. I beat the game, except for making World Series. That's to come. You know, subscribe. We'll make World Series this year, boys. But look, I haven't done a single Conquest, don't recommend doing it, but there's hidden rewards on this map. There's gonna be packs in hidden locations. I have a video of that on the channel as well, Nation of Baseball hidden reward maps. You literally just move your cursor over to one of these spots, get the reward, it'll say pack discovered, and then you just restart and go to the next one. There's probably 30 standard packs and 3 ball-on packs waiting for you on this map. It takes 10 minutes. So now, you know, let's say you're starting at 0, you now have, between Team Affinity and Conquest, which, you know, Team Affinity will take a little bit longer. You probably have 100 packs and 6 ball-in packs. I'm just, you know, I'm lying. I don't know exactly how much Team Affinity has, but you have a hell of a pack opening you're about to get into on the way. Because look at all these packs right here. So you'll make some stubs along the way, then you'll open those packs. Now I know your pack luck sucks, but you should have at least some stubs after doing those two things. Mini seasons. There's a pack method in mini seasons. I've done it so many times. You know, even winning the championship over and over again. Takes about 4.5 hours to play a whole mini season run, but you get a 15 pack bundle at the end. But beyond that, there's methods within mini seasons. I posted videos on this basically to get infinite packs, okay? Now, these are all things that we already know, but I'm just reinforcing this because if you have a low stub count, you should be doing these things, you know, repeating these missions over and over again, and basically building up your packs, because packs, theoretically, convert into stubs. Now, all right, that's all fun and all. You know, but nobody wants to leave it up to the SDS developers and actual packs, right? So let's head to everyone's favorite spot, the marketplace. You might be looking at this like 84 overall. Come on, I don't have 1,500 stubs. I can't invest in these guys. You're right. Get baited. We're going lower. You know, low stub count, we're going lower. This actually works for everyone. You know, I hate flipping. Don't say the word flipping anywhere in the comments. Please don't do it. I don't like flipping. I only like doing it in super rare cases. And this honestly isn't one of them, but if you're having a hard time doing it with stub count, this is a pretty good way to do it. Let's take a guy like, let's look at Miguel Rojas, all right? So I'm actually going to pull him up on my companion app while we're doing this, because it's going to be important to see how many, what his average price is throughout every single day. The quick sell price for 74, I know, is 25 stubs. You can see he's 26 stubs right now. So if you buy 1,000 of them at 26 stubs, what can you sell him at? Well, his average price for the last couple of days, it's basically average price of 50 stubs. So after tax, you know, if you sell them for 50 stubs each, you're looking at 45 stubs. You're looking at making 20 stubs per time you do this. You know, this works for live series, bronze, and common flipping. It's probably the most profitable, tedious, and slow-paced way, but the most profitable way to be flipping and making stubs right now. You know, if you're selling this guy for 50, you're making a 20 stub profit each time. What you do is you make sure you're the highest buy order, so you put it in for 26, and then you make sure you're the highest sell order. So right now you would put it in for 44 theoretically, and you make 15 stubs per. Now, how many times do you have to do this, right? And this is where it doesn't get fun. Let's just say you can do 45 orders per minute on the app, right? That's just you mindlessly tapping, watch some TV or something like that, right? 45 orders per minute. That means you can do 2,700 orders per hour. Now, I think it could be a little bit more than that, but we're going to be conservative. 27 orders per hour of just nonstop tapping. Now, that sounds miserable, and it is. But 2,700 orders. That means you're going to get 1,350, 1,350 buy orders and 1,350 sell orders in for whatever bronze you're flipping. Now, I would highly recommend splitting that up between bronzes just so that it moves a little bit faster. Maybe you do 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, and you flip all of them simultaneously, but don't do 1,000 orders on one guy because that'll take years to go through. So split it up, 100 orders on each guy that has good flipping margins and good trends in the companion app. So 1,350 cards bought and sold. Multiply that by your profit. Now the profit's where it kind of sucks, right? We were looking at a 15 stub to 20 stub profit. Some of the guys might have some better margins. Let's just say it's a 20 stub profit, right? So you're able to do this 1,350 times per hour. Multiply that by 20. That's 27,000 stubs per hour. Now that's a pretty, is 27,000 stubs a lot? 27,000? Not really, but it's kind of a foolproof way to do it, right? Maybe you grind this out, once a day for a week, and after, 1 hour a day for 7 days, that 27,000 stubs is now 150,000 stubs. And once you have over like 75,000, 100,000 stubs, then you get to actually do the most fun method in the game, which is roster up to invest in, basically playing fantasy baseball with that team. The reason I say you need that many stubs, there's an important rule of thumb. If you have a low stub count right now, you should listen very closely. People always tell me, is my portfolio good? I have this many of this guy, is it good? Usually the answer is no because of this. Somebody will tell me that they have three David Bednars. I'm like, bro, you're not gonna make anything on 3 David Bednars. You gotta have at least a good rule of thumb, 50,000 stubs invested into a certain player for it to be worthwhile, for it to be considered an investment. Now there are, rare cases. I'm basically just saying that to stop noobs from getting, 7,000 stubs per card and thinking it's an investment. You're not gonna make a good profit on that. You gotta actually be invested heavily. So 50,000 stubs should be going into a certain player for it to be considered an investment. So 27,000 stubs per hour doing that method. I know it's tedious, but it's not too bad. Other stub making methods along with the bronze flipping would be common flipping. Basically the same thing, match your margins. I'm not a big fan of flipping anything else right now. You could try flipping equipment. I haven't tried it yet this year. I probably will. You can see there's good margins, but these things aren't going to be selling very often. What you can do, go on the app. If anything has a good margin, so this thing you wouldn't do, this thing you wouldn't do, keep in mind the 10% tax. The margins on these are actually pretty tight right now. Not great to flip. Maybe something like this. So everything you see that has a decent margin, maybe something like this too right here, right? Put in 1 to 2 orders for every single piece of equipment you see right here. Let the whole day go by, and then at nighttime, anything that hasn't went through, you literally just go in there and cancel all those orders. And then the stuff that went through, you go in there and you put in the sell orders. Basically repeat this process over and over again, and you'll be able to make stubs. And since the margins on these are going to be like 500 stubs per, so you have to do it in less quantity than flipping bronzes pretty tediously. But those are 2 stub methods we haven't really covered on the channel thus far, and that's a pretty solid way to build up your stub count if you're starting from scratch. I can't really think of anything else. The silver to gold exchange, I wouldn't recommend doing that if you have a low stub count to start. Once you have like 10,000 stubs, maybe. But it really depends on the prices. The prices on this thing are jacked right now. I'll tell you this. If you're paying less than 720 stubs per pack for this silver to gold exchange method, then it's a solid stub making method. If you're paying more than that, the prices are getting a little pricey. Figure out something else to do. If you don't know this method, go check out the other videos on the channel. Again, if you have a low stub count, I highly suggest becoming a member. And if you need help with the marketplace and how the marketplace works, there's videos for that on the channel already. Let's get rich. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Get that stub count up, boys.